start by watching a little movie.
Koira pysähtyy, mutta tulee perille.
Hei. Istu.
Ja selkeästi Esme saa heti vainun siitä, että lähellä on lenkkimakkaraa.
No niin. Hieno istu. Tänne. Tule. Hyvä.
Upeasti Esme menee koko houkutusten highwayn. Ei epäröi.
Well, you may wonder, what's the lesson to learn from this video? A very important lesson. Never, ever let unattended food or toys around a golden retriever. Well, no, kidding. There are actually two lessons that we can learn from this. First one is that change and being different is good. Being different is actually an ability. Being different is what sets leaders apart. The ability of being different leads to change, of changing the world, the way we perceive the world, the way we interact with the world, changing the world itself, and laying the path to success. Because change is development. Change, innovation, is the future. And we are here now to talk about innovation, change, and being different. My name is Dragos. I've been working in the music industry for like 10 years. I've been loving golden retrievers for some years now. And you may ask yourself, how is this applied to what we're about to talk about? So first of all, you may say that he was different indeed, but he was not the winner here. Could be. But the thing is that he got to play around, got his belly full. He kind of made like 10 or 15 million of views on YouTube, got you all laughing. So in my world, which is music world, that's what we call a star, because he did it just by having fun. So, music world, entertainment world, he's a winner. In music industry, and I've been doing this for like the past 10 years in Romania, and seeing changed in a virgin market such as ours, I've been doing booking, concert organizing, artist management, and I learned that change is always around the corner. And the ones that do not change don't really succeed. Because this music industry, like many other industries, is subject to the same things and same important aspects that all industries are subject to: innovation and change and golden retrievers. When I first started looking at the future, I was actually a little bit of a Shih Tzu. I wanted to be, an IT guy. I had plans to become a programmer. I had plans to build my own IT company. For me, music was just a hobby. I started doing music while at the same time preparing for becoming an IT guy. Everybody was seeing me in the same lanes. IT guy, geek, number one geek. But I loved music, and I started doing that, and at one point I realized I was bad at it. So I just started helping people that used to do that around me. So that's how I got into the industry, by sending a green ink CV to a music magazine, and that was my interest in the music world. And then one thing led to another, and I started doing a lot of things, and I learned that change is important. I've seen people come and go, I've seen ideas become successful projects, and I've seen businesses die because they wanted to fight change. Being different is not about fighting change. Being different is about making change happen. And the music industry is the perfect example, for me at least, to show where the golden retrievers have changed the industry, have changed the game. In the beginning, like before I discovered diapers, actually, in the 80s, things were totally different than they are now. LL Cool J, everybody knows LL Cool J? Something like a phenomenon, something like a... Okay, good. LL Cool J was just a teenager. He was offered the opportunity of signing a 10-album deal. As a teenager, he said, whoa, 10 albums? They're gonna let me do 10 albums? That's just great. The same guy that offered him this deal was a golden retriever named Rick Rubin. It was the same guy that proposed to Beastie Boys to just drop their rocky punk sound and become hip-hop. So that was a successful sabotage. He was a game changer. And let me show you something. Everybody knows what this is? You sure? No? You're younger. If you want to check it. That's a vinyl. Like, more than 20 years ago, that was the main support for music. That was sold, collected around any corner shop. Everybody was having a turntable in their house and listening to vinyls. Of course, that changed. It went from vinyl to that tape, from that tape to CDs, to DVDs, to Blu-rays, to MP3s. It went from corner shop stores to Spotify, to iTunes, to illegal downloads. Of course, we've been working 10 years in Romania in this industry. And whoever was ahead of their time in this business managed to stay on top. LL Cool J signed a 10-album deal. Nowadays, singers just sign a single song agreement. One song. If it works, good. If it doesn't, on to the next one. Because it's not about selling millions of copies anymore. Now it's about streaming, plays, on the radio, on Spotify, on YouTube. The industry has changed altogether. And there are people and artists that keep coming back. And they do it in a very nice way. And why is that? Because around those people are other people, golden retrievers. And these golden retriever people are not as nice as that one. I've been dealing with some myself. This helps the artist change, and they help the artist innovate, so that the artist stays ahead of its time and keeps coming back and back and back and back. The power play has changed a lot since the 80s. It's not about the label anymore. Now, it's about the artist and the relationship that the artist builds with the audience. If we are to think about certain groundbreaking golden retriever moves that happened in the past, we can easily say 2001. It was the year that Apple proposed iPod and iTunes. Nobody thought that's going to work. Surpass the CDs? Never. Obviously, that worked. 3 years later, when they were trying to bring people to the dark side of the digital world, Apple proposed the biggest rock band on the planet, U2, to make a deal together. And they released U2's album, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, on a special edition iPods with autograph engraved to it by laser, the whole discography of the band, and some unreleased tracks. It was one of the first music and corporate partnerships in the world. In 2002, EMI and Robbie Williams broke the rules by signing one of the first 360 deals. 360 meaning in the music industry that the label was no longer getting money out of the records sold. They were getting money out of everything Robbie Williams was doing. Concerts, special appearances, publishing, everything. That was a breakthrough at that moment. In, I think, 2008, or 2007 actually, Radiohead offered their In Rainbows album for download with pay what you want. Of course, you could pay nothing. Romania was there. They said that for them, that album made more money than all other albums that they released before. In 2008, somebody thought everybody is looking for illegal downloads. So they made a service called Spotify that convinced 25 million people just not to illegal download. So it's possible. In 2014, Jay-Z thought a little bit further, and they said, well, if they download, why shouldn't I get paid for it? So he broke a deal with Samsung Galaxy, and for each download via a special app that Samsung offered their clients, he got $5. Multiplied that with 1 million, 3 days before the release, he got $5 million in the bank. His wife, Beyonce, was a little bit sneakier. She didn't tell anybody what she was about to do. So in 2014, when everybody was preparing for Christmas, she released an entire album straight to iTunes with, I think, 9 or 12, or between 9 and 12 videos, all available at the same time, no press, no promotion, no media, and she went #1. And everybody was, whoa. Another golden retriever is one of my favorites at the moment, Macklemore and his friend Ryan Lewis, which I think you all know. Yeah, cool. They played the industry against itself. For years, the industry was on top, and the artist was a very nice-looking slave. But as the industry changed, as music scenery changed, the labels started developing new ways of doing business. One of those new ways was doing a special promotion company to get paid. So Macklemore and Ryan Lewis hired a promotion company of a major label to promote their song. And by doing so, they didn't share one single publishing or production right with their label. So they hold it all for them while still getting the advantage of being promoted by a big label. Nobody realized that until they were up there, and nobody could hold them down anymore. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that innovation and being different brings change, and change is development. And when I'm saying being different, I'm not saying necessarily being a rebel. I'm saying being true to yourself, believing in you when maybe other people don't believe in you, staying true to yourself, and making others believe in what you believe. There was one of the biggest guys in the whole business and industry and everything, the biggest, the God, one might call him, who said the following thing: the rebels, the misfits, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones they're gonna do it. And that was the inventor of Apple company, which I think, again, you all know who he is. And now, I said there were 2 things we can learn from this video. One I think we covered, and the second one, I think it was obvious from the beginning. When it comes to dog breeds, golden retrievers are the most fun. And that was me. Thank you very much. Thank you.